Hi, my name is Kelly. I'm a photographer and videographer based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Some of the things that I specialize in are portraits, music videos, and live event coverage. Today, I have a new lens from Lensbaby called the sweet22. And it sounds just like the name is, it is a sweet spot lens. So this lens is a 22mm lens, so pretty wide. It's a 3.5 continuous aperture for the f-stop, and it's a little pancake lens, so it's super lightweight, and I really like that. Some of the other lenses that I have are great, but they do get kind of heavy, and so it was a really nice change of pace to have a lens that was really lightweight, and it kind of felt like I wasn't even holding anything. The focusing on this lens is also super smooth, which I really, really love about that. A little bit more about the lens. So this is a sweet spot, like I mentioned, and it is actually one of the most exaggerated sweet spots that Lensbaby has ever created. And the sweet spot is created by a very large amount of blur on the outside edges, combined with even a little bit of vignetting too. And then there's a sweet spot on the lens that is in focus. So you can get some really, really cool effects out of it. And today I have Zeta Laveau, who is a Minneapolis burlesque performer, into the studio to do some boudoir. And so I'm really excited to experiment and play around with this lens and get into it. So let's go. We were going for a pinup inspired look. So when Zeta talked with me to pick out her outfit, we went for that classic look. That combined with this lens really made for a vintage styled shoot, almost old Hollywood in a way, but a little bit more distortion. And so it was really fun to play off of that. One of my favorite aspects about this lens is that it gives a vintage film look, especially if you are shooting into the light. When you hit the lens with the light coming into it, it creates almost a distorted film look, or almost as if it were film that had been expired. There were two ways that I gravitated towards this lens. One was that I had the subject either fully in the frame or mostly in the frame, and because this lens is such a wide lens, it gave a really grandiose effect to the subject. That paired with some of the vignetting, some of the blur, and in some instances when the light was coming in, it really made a magical shot, and you couldn't help but be drawn to the subject. The other way that I like to use this lens was really close up, almost like a macro or a super close up. You'll notice in some of these images, I got some really beautiful shots of Zeta's eyelashes, and it really gave that glam look and that vintage look because it drew you in to her face. I really hope that you enjoyed this exploration as much as I did. If you're a fellow storyteller behind the lens, I highly, highly recommend that you add the sweet22 from Lensbaby to your toolkit.